I'm going to show you 8 useful apps that every product manager should be using today. These apps will make you more productive, more organized, and will overall just help you be more impactful as a product manager. Hey, my name's Akash. I have a decade of product experience. I'm a Harvard MBA grad and angel invest in startups. Subscribe for ways that you can level up your product management skills and career. Let's go. Okay, starting with the first app, which is Miro. This is an online whiteboard that you can use for sketching UX flows, drawing a sort of visual representation of your company, or any other brainstorming and ideation tools and formats. There's a bunch of templates that you can use to get started. And of course, all of this is collaborative, meaning you can work live with your team to build these things while you are remote. With today's remote and work from home culture, this is a must-have and a big savior. I find brainstorming being the most difficult thing to do while the teams are remote, and Miro has made this so much easier. Okay, so the next app is Slack. I initially started using Slack in 2016 during my MBA, where we were trying to use a communication tool between 94 different students, but we wanted to keep threads on different topics separate. So Slack really helps you do that. You can spin up different channels for general communication and announcements. One for the product team, one for design sprints, one for a specific project. Everything can be kept separately so things don't get mixed up. I like to spin up different channels for any new project or any new conversation that's going to happen so that we can have all the communication in that central place and something that we can refer back to in the future whenever we're doing that kind of a project again. So the next tool, while we're on the topic of organization, is definitely Notion. Notion is a all-in-one workplace where you can organize documents, files, presentations, team, folder structures, everything that you need in one place. It can even do Kanban boards, tracking, assignment of to-do lists and items across the team. So Notion is a really powerful tool. Notion is a place for you to store all of your information across your company or across your personal life in a single place, and even be able to refer to pages across different spaces within Notion. So this makes it really powerful and a must-have for anyone to organize. While Notion does have a little bit of a learning curve, I found it to be the most flexible and the most able to handle different sorts of scenarios and workflows, and it's been able to throw everything that I throw at it. So I really love Notion. I use Notion for my own second brain and my central place to store tasks, notes, ideas, anything that I really want to store for later referral. If you want to get started with Notion, check out Thomas Frank's guide to getting started with Notion, or check out my guide that will show you this template on my second brain and how you can get started with this for your own second brain. Okay, so this next app is a must-have for every product manager. Getting feedback from customers, partners, stakeholders is really important, and I use Google Forms for all of that. This app lets me quickly spin up a form, edit the options, edit the required, not required sections, and send this out and start collecting feedback and responses. The responses are even organized in a nice Excel sheet or Google sheet, which I can use to track, put pivot tables, and even do some analysis on. I even use Google Forms to send out 360 feedback forms for me and my team. So that's an easy way for me to keep collecting feedback about how the team is doing and what we can be improving. One tool that's becoming really ubiquitous in the tech world is Calendly. If you've ever gone back and forth with someone trying to schedule a meeting, say you proposing a few options, them coming back with a few other options, you going back, that back and forth can all be eliminated with Calendly. So Calendly integrates with your calendars to pull in what the availability is on your calendar and displays that to someone who's trying to book a meeting with you. So now next time you're trying to schedule a meeting with someone, all you have to do is send them your Calendly link. They can see the availability, book the meeting right on Calendly itself, and that'll even send out a calendar invite to both of you to make sure everyone's there on time and everything is set on each other's calendars. So once you've actually set up the calendar invites through Calendly, you'll need a platform like Zoom to actually have the online meetings with the person that you're meeting. I found Zoom to be the best user experience. There's also Google Meets, which is a free app that doesn't have any limits. Zoom does have a 40-minute limit on the free version, and then there's of course paid versions to remove those limits. But I found Zoom to be the most user-friendly and easiest way to set up and conduct a meeting online. So I prefer to use Zoom whenever possible, but use Google Meet for other occasions. We use Zoom for our company all hands, any customer calls, any calls with the team, team scrum meetings, stand-up meetings, things like that. So Zoom has really been a lifesaver and something without which work from home really wouldn't have been possible. So this next app, Loom, is probably one that you haven't heard of. This is a way to actually eliminate meetings altogether, or eliminate the need for some meetings. What this enables you to do is record your screen as well as record a video of yourself so that you can share feedback or any documents along with your verbal and video feedback with the team. So I like to use Loom whenever I'm providing feedback on some UX flows that I get from my designer or a PRD that one of my product managers is building. So I can just send them a Loom video that goes through my feedback and me going through the document, instead of me having to schedule a meeting with them and doing something synchronously. So Loom actually helps me do all of these things asynchronously. We also use this for recording any strategy overview discussions, presentation overviews, things like that. So essentially any presentation which can be done once and then shared with multiple folks, so that I don't have to actually set up meetings with each investor or each partner. They can just go through my Loom overview video of the company overview or the product overview, and that gives them a quick way to get a overview of the product and of the company without having to set up a actual synchronous meeting where all of us have to be together on a Zoom call at the same time. So this has helped me eliminate maybe 30 to 40% of my meetings, which has been a great way of being more efficient and taking back control of my calendar. So now that you have the apps and tools essential for being successful product manager, you can focus on building the essential skills that every product manager should be building. Click on the screen to watch a video where I go through the 8 essential skills that you should know as a product manager and how you should be building each of them.